make the principles behind the assessment, how it's being done, where we stand in West and Central Africa. We have developed from our perspective and from the breeder's perspective, the components of breeding operations. We have discussed and has been shared with us the IDTs and N4Fs and all the initiatives, as well as the shared services, how we can benefit from them, where we stand in terms of operations, quality management system in breeding operations, health, safety, security, and environment, plotmanship and field management, gender involvement, irrigation practices, machine and maintenance management, seed processing, greenhouse and controlled environments, bond, capacity building, okay, and the continuous improvement. Moving on to just a small recap on all of these items. For example, for the components of the breeding operations, okay, we have designed our concept map, okay, from our perspective. We have covered everything that we require to serve. Well, to serve is not the term that I should be using, but at least to complement the work of the breeders. And at the same time, we have the breeders' requirements in that concept map, as well as the operational requirements for us to conduct our entire performance in the field. We have discussed these challenges, and those challenges have been conveyed, and we have gone through the different sessions throughout the entire workshop. So this was not only our session to start, but it was also the kickstart to all the discussions that we have had throughout the entire week. With respect to health, safety, security, and environment, okay, we've had many discussions. We had many things that we need to consider. We obviously have a lot to work on through the opportunities that we have. We have discussed the challenges. We have discussed the gaps. We have a lot of opportunities, and those opportunities are actually action items that we need to consider, and we have to take into account for the future. However, the main ones that we need to align with are establishing the shared responsibility and accountability with regards to health, safety, security, and environment, risk assessment across the various workspaces, work out clear policies for various workspace requirements, emergency preparedness planning for the different risk scenarios at the different workstations. With regards to involvement with NARES, we had a nice discussion yesterday. We've had quite good discussions and recommendations for our engagement. We need to strengthen the relationship with the directors. We need to have more involvement in capacity building across all breeding programs, follow up and support on technical performance, cover 3 levels of engagement between management, the scientists, and the technical teams that are working on the breeding programs. With regards to plotmanship, we had various issues that we went over, as well as we have discussed things during our field visits. Okay, the field visits were very they were eye openers. Okay, we had on-site discussions on what should be done or what we can improve. Planning and scheduling is of the essence. We need to be able to understand the breeding requirements, as well as what is required for us to help the breeders achieve their goals. Centralization is the key. We have a lack of shared protocols that we must have, even from the operational perspective. We have low levels, or even at certain places, no crop rotation at all, and we have to induce that. Land allocation, okay, should be done in a committee, okay, and should be pre-planned with the breeding team. We have a shared responsibility. Okay, so we have to always keep that in mind. This is not the breeder's responsibility, nor is it strictly the operator's responsibility. It is a shared responsibility across all parties. With gender involvement, we had lovely sessions. Okay, we had shared experiences. The action items that we have are the need to spread more awareness. We must push towards gender considerations at the workspace at all hierarchical levels. Work on establishing fair compensation and considerate working conditions. More involvement in technical training and Title IX policies, okay, regarding harassment, abuse, etc. With respect to irrigation, we discussed some technical issues. We have discussed management issues, okay, and our action items are organizing the irrigation system management at centers. We need to centralize the operations and adopt the best practices for different systems. With machine and maintenance management, as you can see, we have so many items on our action list. Okay, we have to start. And as we said, since we have the maintenance initiative, we need to all collaborate together. We need to start with the documentation. We need to collect all the history. We need to collect the inventories and start building up our maintenance program and our maintenance management, okay, step by step together, so that we get to a point where we are sustaining our assets and we can have low downtime in the field. And again, we need to have centralization of operations. Okay, so this is an important factor. Seed processing, engineer the workflow and space training on equipment use and solutions, centralize everything, okay, define the quality working standards, and adopt an alternative management system than the one that is currently used or utilized, especially with regards to designing the workflow or the workspace, and even with the storage facilities, etc. So we have to work out throughout all of these parameters in order for us to be able to have higher efficiency of work and higher conditions and success rate for our genotypes. With greenhouses and controlled environments, we have to spread the knowledge and awareness of the requirements that are required for operations, what specifications we need, what kind of conditions we need, how to sustain these conditions. We need a paradigm shift in order for us to at least use these structures to for the right purpose and not the wrong purpose. Those are not storage areas. Thank you. They are utilized for specific purposes, and we need to be able to clean, maintain, and we have to continuously upgrade our systems to keep them running and in proper conditions. With respect to capacity building and with respect to the bond program, we've had many recommendations. Okay, we need to involve more technical people. Some breeding programs feel left out. Okay, and we had this discussion, especially at the NARES level, that some breeding programs feel left out. We need to involve everybody. We need to have more support on digital phenotyping, okay, and we have to spread the word even more on shared services. Data management and sharing is essential for our success of maintaining the data that we acquire and sharing this data in a very secure manner. Supporting rice for upland and drought tolerance, we need to provide more technical backup on this. Include more people from the field work, and we have to simplify our trainings in order to accommodate, okay, everyone, and make sure that everybody receives the training for our operations. We have the we will work on the recordings availability on the EIB website. We will check on that. We have noted this, and we will, for the Bond 101, they are spaced out sessions, so we'll narrow them down. We'll have more direct interactions and mentorship, like you mentioned, and we will try as well to include and involve the human resources department, okay, within the capacity development across the different sections of our job. And in conclusion, we have various themes that we have stressed throughout the entire workshop: sustainability, sharing the knowledge, operational excellence, support, collaboration and strengthening NARES partners, accountability, change management, quality measures, breeding and operations relationship. And here we define also collaboration, we define planning. We have shared planning and responsibility across the stakeholders, finding suitable solutions for our purposes, quality measures, gender involvement, change management, and centralization. Our favorite quote for this event is, "We know there is something wrong. We know you know there is something wrong. You know that we know that you know there is something wrong." Okay, we are all partners in this. We are all partners in this change. So it is time for us to do what? To take action. Okay,